Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about some maintenance work. So I'm working on my red Ducati. I've got some issues with braking. Lately I've been experiencing issues with the lever. The braking bite has reduced a little bit and I feel like I need to pull the lever a lot harder to get braking. It feels like it's a master cylinder issue. My R1, which has no Brembo brakes and stuff, brakes a lot better than this, so there's definitely something wrong. Also, my friend Roberto, who came for a couple of the road trips with me, you guys have seen the vlogs, he had similar issues with his 2012 Multistrada, which is the same year as this, and he had to rebuild his master cylinder. So I was like, it's probably the same issue. The original master cylinder from Ducati is around 600 bucks. I looked into some other options. So Brembo performance master cylinders are kind of similar price, so I was like, why would I go for the standard master cylinder when I can get the performance ones? So yeah, so I picked up the Brembo RCS 17 Corsa Corta, which is this one here. Really nice braking system, really good feedback from a lot of the races and stuff, so it should be good. I could have gone for the RCS 19, which is the next level up, but apparently the feel on that is not as good, and the recommended system from Brembo for these bikes is the RCS 17. So Corsa Corta is the new version of it. I thought I'd go for that. It cost me around $550, which is pretty good considering the Ducati's one's 600 bucks. So it's actually cheaper to get the performance one. So yeah, I'll show you guys what this is.
So obviously you got the master cylinder with the brake lever included, and the switch for road use, which is what I want. Tools, banjo bolts, and washers and instructions. So good. So this is the problem child. You kind of feel it's still soft.
Okay, so let's get on with it. I need to bleed the system first, get all the brake fluid out, and then I have to take off the master cylinder on this one. Probably disconnect the brake lever switch and the reservoir, then we have to move it to the new master cylinder. And then let's go for a test drive and see how it goes. Okay, the fluid is fully drained. Now let's start taking apart some of these things. I think I'll do the banjo bolt first because that's probably the hardest thing to do. So. Okay, you can see there's no feel on the levers anymore, which is good. So I'll need to take that off, and then the banjo bolt is down there. Take that off, undo these. I'll disconnect the reservoir because we need to move that to the new one. And the hose for the reservoir is under there. And then yeah. Okay, I ran into a slight problem. I've taken the master cylinder off, but I need to figure out how to do this brake switch wiring, which is that one there. So that goes around the back to inside that fairing. So
So the RCS one, it came with its own switch, as you can see here. It's got its own wiring. So I need to splice it into that one, which means I need to take the fairings off, which will give me better access to that cable so I can do a better job. So let's go ahead and take those fairings off. On second thoughts, I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut it here. I gotta splice and join the other wire anyway, so I'll just go ahead and cut it. I hate cutting wires, but I have to do it. Oh well. I did it. Oops. Cylinder's out. So I've managed to take the master off. Now to transfer all this stuff to this one. See how hard it is? I need to figure out what to do with this bracket, but I think we'll do that later. I'll just put it all back together now and put it back on the bike, and then we can figure out the bracket. Uh-oh, more problems. This is not good. Just hitting it. Means there's no clearance, so I need to figure out what to do with the throttle tube now. Jeez. So, day 2, I end up picking up one of these. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. So that's the adapter set for Rizoma reservoirs. And that thing, it's gonna go in here, so that cap comes off and the thingy goes there, and then the reservoir can sit somewhere there. That's the plan anyway. See how it goes. Yes, perfect. That works. Sweet.
So guess what? We ran into more problems. Firstly, my SD card failed, so I lost a lot of footage. So I can't really show you guys. Thanks to cheap SD cards, don't ever use them guys, get really good ones. So I got the relocation kit like I showed you guys, put that on, and guess what? The hose wasn't long enough, so I had to get an even longer hose, which is this one, and put it all together. And then I realized I still don't have clearance and the lever was still doing this. I did some research after that, then I figured out the problem was actually the switch block. So I can't run the factory switch block with the RCS 17. So everyone who put the RCS 17 on, they had to get a slimmer switch block. So Jet Prime does a slim switch block. Had to cave in, spend the money on that. So I think it was around $320. Got that ordered in. Many weeks later, the switch turned up and I put it all back together. And then I realized the hose I had wasn't long enough still, because once the switch was on there was a little bit more distance from the reservoir to the lever. So I had to go to another shop and get an even longer hose, but they do like lawnmowers and things like that, so not really a motorbike shop. These hoses are special hoses because they carry brake fluid. So brake fluid is corrosive. You can't just have any rubber hose. Be careful when you deal with brake fluid stuff, guys. Get the right hose. So I had to get the specific hose, got that, and this is the rest of the story.
Okay, many weeks later, we have an update. I just had this package delivered, which is Jet Prime. I already opened it. So this is the switch, which we're going to install today. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this switch off. So I'll have to disconnect all the wiring from that side. And then the Jet Prime switch is going to replace that. So to do that, I need to take this fairing off because the wiring's kind of going there. I'll need to unplug it from that side to take that fairing off, and then we can get access. So that is the plug we're going to be using. Disconnect that. I'll take that off easier. Okay, I've figured out the cables. That's out. I just need to loosen the switch and take it off. The switch is ready. Jet Prime. Hopefully it fits. Keys are in. Wrong key. No, that's the key for the V4. Damn. Okay, right one this time. Alright. There you go, it's working. Yay! Now to put it all together. I just need to make this hose a little bit longer. I should have a spare, which is this one. Should be long enough. Then it should be good. The major bits are done finally, so sorted. There's no clearance issues. Everything is clear. I just need to get a better bolt for that one. That's okay, but clearance for the brakes. Finally. Now to put some brake fluid and flush the system, and I can go for a ride. Yes. Okay, after many weeks, it's finally done. Yes. Jet Prime switch, new reservoir mount, RCS 17, ready to roll. Now let's go test it out.
So just to summarize, guys, if you ever plan on doing an RCS 17 or RCS 19 install on your bikes, these are things you need. First thing, you actually need to buy the master. So you buy the RCS 17 or the 19 based on your bike specs. So go into the Brembo website, they'll tell you which one's the actual correct one. Get that, and then you need to get a relocation kit for the actual reservoirs because the RCS ones don't have the bracket mount. And then you need to get a hose that's long enough to connect the reservoir to the master. And then you may need to get a switch block depending on the model of your bike. So once you have all that, you can do this project.